very happy morning to all, and today we are going to discuss about another new topic in your 6th class biology, that is who gives us food, the sources of ingredients. In the previous class we discussed about different ingredients and the definition of ingredients. What is the definition of ingredients? The materials which are required to prepare food is called as ingredient. Okay, then from where does we get all these ingredients to prepare our food, to cook our food? That's what our today's topic. Here in your textbook they give one funful activity. It is very interesting, and by doing this you may get a lot of fun with me. Okay, here they give a list of ingredients. What are that? See here: cooking oil, honey, chips, turmeric powder, salt, dough, meat, rice, eggs, sugar, peanuts. And in the next column we have plants, animals and others. From where does we people are getting all these ingredients? If you are getting this ingredient from plant, then you need to write P. If you are getting the ingredient from animal, then you need to write A. If you are getting the food from not from plant and animal, from other sources, then you have to write O. Okay? If it is from plant, P. If it is from animal, A. If it is from other sources, then you have to write O. Okay, is it clear? And here you have to write name of the plant, from which plant you are getting that ingredient. If you are getting food from animal, then you have to write from which animal you are getting the ingredient. At the same time, if you are getting from other sources, then you have to mention the name of other source. Then come to the topic, very funful topic. What is that? The first ingredient, cooking oil. We all well familiar with the cooking oil. What kind of oil in your kitchen your mother is going to use? Most of us are using groundnut oil. Groundnuts. From where we are getting groundnuts? Yes, from plants. Means here what we have to write? P. And some people also use sunflower oil. Sunflower seeds also we are getting from plant. Mustard oil. We are getting mustard seeds also from plants. Okay. Like that we are getting the cooking oils from plants. Here you may mention what kind of oil you are using. If I use sunflower oil, then I will write sunflower oil. If you are using groundnut oil, then you may write a groundnut plant. Okay, like that you have to fulfill the table. Okay, next, honey. We all know that honey is very tasty, and it is also called as divine food in India, and it is having more and more nutritional values in it. By eating honey, we may get rid of many diseases. Then how can we get that honey? By listening the name of honey, you may think about honeybees. Is it right? But are we able to get the honey only from honeybees? No. We are also able to get the honey from plants. By the combination of plants and animals, we are getting honey. How? Once you remember honeybees, what they are doing? They just collecting the honey. From where they are collecting? Here in actual manner they are not collecting the honey. They just collect the nectar. Okay, which is present in the flowers. If you observe, the honey bees are rotating around the flower and sitting on the flower, and they are sucking the nectar present in the flower. Is it right? That nectar, whenever it mixes with the saliva of the honey bee, inside our mouth we have saliva. In the same manner, honey bee's mouth also contains saliva. That saliva mixes with what? Nectar present in the flower whenever it sucks. But whenever it mixes, the nectar mixes with the saliva of the honey bee, it reaches the comb, honey comb, Later, it insert that it is capable to uh, keep the honey in the comb, honeybee comb. Okay, like that, the honeybee is taking the help of plants and animals. That's why I am writing here. As we are getting honey by the help of plants and animals, here I am writing the source as P and A. Okay, and here also we have to give credit to honeybees and also to the plants. Without plants, are we able to get honey? And here we also have to mention one important point. The honey is the vomiting of honeybees. How tasty it is, the vomiting of honeybees. Is it tasty? Yes, it is very tasty. Because it is sucking the nectar and mixing with saliva, and it vomit that honey which is mixing with saliva into honeycomb, and that delicious and divine food we are taking with interest, which is very sweet. Okay, then move to the next one. What is this? Chips, which you love to eat. Is it right? Most of you have a lot of interest to take chips. What kind of chips? Most of the people are taking potato chips. From where does we get potatoes? From plants. Very good. We get potatoes from plants. Okay. Then what is the name of the plant here? We get, the source is here plant. Then the name of the plant is potato plant. Then move to the next ingredient, that is turmeric powder. We use this turmeric powder in curries and different varieties of food items we use. As antiseptic powder also we use. Whenever we get wound, whenever our skin going to bleed, that time we use this turmeric powder. I think you people are well familiar with this ingredient. Most of the people, they may have in the kitchen. Okay. Here, what is the source of turmeric powder? Yes, plant. Okay. Name of the plant. What is the name of the plant? Turmeric plant. Yes, very good. Then move to the next one. Salt. We all well familiar with the salt. Daily in our day-to-day activities, while we are eating the food, without adding salt, are we able to take the food? Is it tasty without having salt? No. Salt plays an important role. If you add more salt to the food, then the taste of the food, it may spoil. If you add very less amount of the salt, then the taste of the food, it may not identify. By adding less amounts of salt, the food is not tasty. By adding more also, it is not tasty. In sufficient amount of salt we have to add to the food, that the taste of the food increases. Okay, from where we get this salt, will you remember? Are we able to get salt from a plant or from an animal? No. We are able to get the salt from seawater by the help of seawater. That's why I am not writing P and not writing A. Here I am writing only O. Why? Because it is other source, not from plant and not from animal. That's why I am writing O, other source. From other sources we are getting. What is that other source? Seawater. Here, in order to prepare the salt, most of the people, they are taking more and more seawater. Later, they exposed that water on the near to the seashores to the sunlight. Then the salt present in the seawater, it just crystallized by a process of distillation. Okay, you already studied in your 5th class about salt preparation. Then next move to the ingredient dough. What is dough? Some people, they may also read this as a dough. It is not dough. We have to call it as a dough. While your mother is preparing puris and chapatis, you may find that she is knocking the dough in a beautiful manner. Okay, in the hotels, restaurants also we may find the dough. We get the flour of wheat flour from the seeds of wheat. Most of the doughs we may get from wheat plants. Means we are getting dough from plants. Which kind of plant we are getting? From wheat plant. Then move to the next one, next ingredient, that is meat. Most of the people have interest to take meat and some of you don't have interest to take meat. Means by listening the word meat, you may find that the source of this meat is the animal. Is it right? We are able to get meat from sheep, goats, hen, chickens, like that, fishes, like that we get meat. Okay, then move to the, that's why I write here A, and here you may add goat, sheep, hen, chick, duck, whatever you want. Then move to the next one. What is that? Rice, which is the staple food of our country. Most of the population present in our country, in higher amounts of land, we use it to cultivate rice. That's why we call the rice as staple food. Okay, staple food. And more in India, most of the people taking rice as staple food in more quantities. And this rice is coming from plants. And what varieties of plants are producing rice? Rice plants, also called as paddy fields, are producing rice. Then move to the next one, eggs. Next ingredient is eggs. Everyone is well familiar with these eggs. From where does we get these eggs? Are you able to find eggs near to the plants? No. We get eggs from animals. That's why I am writing here A. What kind of eggs generally we people eat? The hen eggs, the duck eggs. Some people, they also have interest to take kiwi bird eggs, and some other people who are living in the forest, they may eat different kinds of birds eggs. Okay, here I write only birds. You may add whatever eggs you like to eat, like hen eggs, duck eggs, kiwi eggs, like that you may write. Some people also have interest to take ostrich egg also. Then move to the next one, sugar. By listening the word sugar, you may remember the sugar is in the form of crystals, as like salt. Are we able to get the sugar from seawater? No. Are we able to get from any other sources? No. We are able to get the sugar from plants. How we are able to get the sugar from plants? By the help of sugarcane plants. Sugarcane plants. During some festival time, we may buy the sugar canes and we love to eat the sugar canes. By eating such kind of sugar canes, our teeth may become very strong. Nowadays, we don't have interest to take such kind of sugar canes. We just have interest to take juice of sugar cane. But instead of taking the juice, it is very advisable to eat sugar cane. Then your teeth may become strong. Then how can the sugar get prepared? First, they will collect the sugar canes and they just crush the sugar cane in machines in order to get the juice. And by the process of distillation and different other processes, they just separate waste material from that juice and make the juice to be crystalline. That crystals we are calling as sugar, and we are using this sugar to prepare more and more varieties of sweets in order to get more and more diseases. Do you know this? If you use more amounts of sugars, it leads to get more amount of diseases into our body. We are saying welcome to diseases. That's why try to avoid usage of sugar in your sweets. Instead of using this sugar, try to use jaggery, which is very helpful and makes our body to fit and healthy. Okay, then move to the next one. What is the next ingredient? That is peanuts. You people are well familiar with peanuts. Peanuts, some of us are able to take as snacks, and different varieties of sweets we are able to prepare, and we are also able to prepare cooking oil. By listening this, you may find that we are able to get the peanuts from plants. From which plant we are able to get? Yes, peanut plant.